Material. Interest payments on the national debt, as of writing this book, which is to say government debt, has been roughly $400 billion, or 13% of government spending each year, which doesn't take into account the principal, which is $12.4 trillion as of this writing. Defaulting on this debt would ruin those who hold government bonds and lead to a massive recession, but just dealing with the cost of interest for now, that's 13% of government spending. Regulatory compliance costs were about $1.16 trillion in 2008, and I'm not sure what the U.S. GDP was in 2009, but the regulation compliance costs and the interest on the national debt amount to about 10% of GDP, which you pay for, yes you do, you pay for in one way or another. Maybe not directly, you're not directly paying those costs, but you pay for it one way or another. Certainly there will be regulations on a free market. But really, the belief that food safety can be directly regulated. I mean, the idea of regulation is a utopian and dangerous belief that causes people to trust certification instead of doing their own proper investigations. Because there's so much food that's being produced in a mass production facility. And these firms do not have the calculational power, but you have the calculational power to analyze that one thing that you're about to eat that night. The amount of money spent on school would be about half on aggregate per year, as stated in my section on education. But since I'm putting this at the beginning, as I will state in my section on education, or as I will make the case for, you would be able to start your life at 16 and educate yourself according to your own desires and needs, not what the state says you need. And this wouldn't be immediate, but everything would become cheaper as less is being spent on crap would lead to what always happens when people have more disposable income, more investing, and thus more compounding growth. And the investments would be in projects unhampered by regulations, to put in quotes. Freedom. And this is, of course, connected to material well-being. Various registrations for vehicles, weapons, buildings, employees, compliance to various lobbied codes, needless hoops to jump through to become some sort of professional. The web of difficulty that we all know and hate would be gone, replaced by the commercial side. And I was at the mall one day in the food court, and I was going there to buy some headphones. I looked around, and the people were disproportionately overweight. They were loud and obnoxious. They were puncturing periods of nice, collective crowd hum of the human chatter with these blasts of hideous cackling at unfunny jokes. And they were breathtakingly vapid. They spread urban legends, babbled about Obama being black but oh wait, half black, and talked about the failings of girls they knew. And I thought, do I want to make the whole world like this? Absolutely. If this is the hardship of the world, then we are practically in utopia. All you would have to do to get a job is show up and be willing to work that day. No crap to fill out, right? No long-term contracts that an employer is going to have to agree to. You know what you have to do, and it doesn't have anything to do with the state. All you have to do to start your own firm is get the materials and the land. No forms, no approvals, except for the person who currently owns the land. When someone is harassing you, you can finally use force, perhaps a taser, to get him to stop. No fear of the law finding you the aggressor or using disproportionate force or whatever by some hypermodal standard. And the current problem of patent squatting, people getting patents and then suing anyone who actually invents the thing that they patent, that would be gone. And you can create products without having to make sure it's not patented or have to buy off the patent squatter.